guys, Jess here. I have another organization video for you today, and we are going to talk about embellishments. I get asked this a lot. How do I organize my embellishments? That is probably the second most asked question of me when it comes to organization, second to paper, which we did cover that, and I have a video posted, so if you haven't checked it out, go to my YouTube, Jessica Grace, or at JGG Scraps, and check that out. It's a really helpful video on organizing your papers. So other than papers, embellishments is another area or another product or item that people have a lot of trouble finding the right fit or figuring out a way how to organize it. So I am here to hopefully help you figure out a method of organization that works for you. Given some different ways I have done it in the past, I'll show you what I've done in the past, what I've used in the past, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then fast forward to my current method. I'll be honest, I change up my organization methods a lot. I'll try something out for a little while, and then I'll find something new and I'm like, oh, this might work better. And I'm constantly evolving, which I'm sure a lot of you are as well. So all of the methods that I'm going to show you are really great ones. I think there's a few questions you have to ask yourself, which helps you discover or kind of lean or figure out a method or a storage method that might work best for you. So I really, in organization of your craft products, I really think it's important to understand what kind of crafter you are, what kind of scrapbooker you are. And so there are three main questions you have to ask yourself. The first one is, what kind of crafter or scrapbooker are you? Are you the type of scrapbooker that only scrapbooks by kits, so you keep all your collections together, you don't mix them? Or are you a scrapbooker that scrapbooks by holiday only? I know some people that do that. They just have all their papers together for different holidays and different festivities and themes, I guess is a good way to put it. Or are you a scrapbooker that scraps by color? So you know, it's really important to kind of figure out what kind of scrapbooker you are, because that will help you kind of figure out how to organize your products so that it works best for you. There's nothing worse than having a system that doesn't work well, because if my stuff isn't organized and it isn't in a way that I will use it, I'm less likely to, one, find it or use it, but I have to have good flow in my space or I lose some of my creativity. I don't know if you guys are like that, like comment below if you are, but I definitely have to have a good, dare I say feng shui? I don't know what else to call it, but I just need everything in the right place so it's accessible and I can see it and it works for me, because it gives me motivation and helps me feel excited about scrapbooking. So, but back to the three questions. So first of all, you know, what kind of scrapbooker are you in regards to how you use your product? The second question you need to ask yourself, it's more like evaluate, I guess, is what kind of space do you have? Do you have a closet? Do you have a room? Do you have, you know, an armoire where you have to bring everything out to scrap on your kitchen table? Space is a really important factor when it comes to figuring out how to organize your products. So some of these storage and organization methods I'm going to show you take up a lot of room, and if you don't have the room, then you may want to think about a different kind of storage option that fits best for your space. So your crafting space is a really important one to consider, and hopefully I'll have a nice variety to share with you all on how to, that you'll find something that works for you in your space. And then the third question you need to ask yourself is, are you a traveling crafter / scrapbooker, or do you just scrap at home and you don't go anywhere? Because I found that I'm a crafter, or I'm a scrapbooker that likes to go to crops a lot, or I go to friends' houses to craft together with them. So my stuff needs to be portable, and I don't want to have to take everything out of my container at home to put it in a new container to take with me to travel and scrapbook. So I have set up my organization and my crafting space so that it's easy, a grab and go kind of system, where most everything I have and how it's organized, I can literally just grab it, pack it in my rolling tote, and I'm on my way. So that's definitely something you want to consider when figuring out how to organize your space. So let's get started. So you got your 3 questions you need to ask yourself. Write your answers on a piece of paper if that's helpful, but it's really, really important to figure those things out. So I'm going to show you a bunch of different storage methods, and then I'll talk a little bit about how I store my embellishments, and why. So let's go through containers first and different storage options, and then we'll go through how. So I'll set these off. Okay, so the first item or method or container, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to show you is probably one that you're familiar with. It's very, very popular, and it works really, really well. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's relatively inexpensive. And it is the photo storage boxes. You can get these online, any craft store, Michael's, Joann's, Amazon. They usually come, they get sold individually like this, or they come in containers like this, so you can plop them in like so. So really great thing, right? It's pretty compact. I think this one holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 containers, so 16 of these containers, and it's a relatively small, compact unit. So that's a lot of embellishments, and it's portable. So if you keep everything in here, it's a grab and go kind of thing. You can take all of your embellishments with you. So a really great option. I think on average these run about $25 for a set of these, but you can often get coupons or find them on sale. So I use this method. I still actually use it for some of my leftover bits. I've moved away from it now, kind of, but I still find that it works. I've just tried a few different other things because my embellishments are kind of outgrowing these containers, and also I like to organize not only by color but also by manufacturer. So I would have a ton of these cases, and I think I found a better system. So, but back to this system. So these are the 4x6. They also come in 5x7, so they do come a little bit bigger. As you can see, I've labeled them here on the front so you can see what's in them. I do for all of these, I sort them by color. I am a scrapper that I scrap by color. That's the main kind of scrapper I am. I do, like I said before, I like to keep stuff organized by manufacturer as well. But once I've, used a kit by a manufacturer or product, I will then disperse it and I will file it away in my leftover bits by color. So this is my pink container with some leftover bits. And as you can see, it's all different shades of pink. It's easy to go through in this container. And it's clear, so I can be, easily see what I have as well. But I find this system works really, really well for embellishments. It keeps them safe. It's a hard container, so they won't get bent or damaged, much like excuse me, like if they were just in a plastic baggie. So I find this system works really, really well. The only drawback to this is if you have some longer embellishments, such as something like this, obviously that's not going to fit. So you're going to have a backup system for your longer embellishments. But majority of your embellishments will fit in this or the 5x7 container. So I find this to be a really, really great system. And not only do you have the container that they come in, take this drawer out here, but I have one of those Michaels rolling carts. I'll post a picture on there. But it has 2 drawers in the bottom and then like the egg crate on top. Here's the front of the drawer. But I can line all these in the drawer in this unit, and I can easily see what I have for product. All nice and labeled. As you can tell, I don't have all of them labeled, but oh, and these are the 5x7s, a little bit larger. So it's nice in a drawer system too. So they're tucked away, but they're really accessible, easy to figure out what you're looking for and how to find it. So I really, really like this method very much. And overall space, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So definitely something to consider when it comes to organizing your embellishments. And then you don't have to just do it by color. You can do it by theme. I mean, this one here, I have a bunch of just sports embellishments in this container. Let's see, that's some more black and white. That's some random bits, but I have, you know, I need to put these in here, so I could just do construction, or I could have a birthday one, or whatever, you know, whatever you have for embellishments, you can cater, these can cater to your needs. I definitely like the 5x7 size better. I think with the 5x7 though, they don't have the portable container like I showed you. They may have a smaller version of it that fits like 5 or 6 of these. I'm not really sure, but still really, really great. Really great storage system. So those are the photo cases. All right, next up for embellishment storage, I actually will post a picture right now for you. As you can see here, the card I just talked about that I pulled that drawer out of is a Michaels craft cart, and it has this open top that came with these like egg crate dividers. And so what I had done is I had just taken a single divider and put it down the middle, and so I would keep all my thickers on the right hand side and all my 6x6 paper pads and embellishment stickers like on sheets and stuff like that on the left hand side. I did that for a really, really long time. I actually had it in my Rascog cart before then, and in my Rascog cart, I'll show you what I did after that. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit and I apologize for that, but since we're on the topic of that cart, so having that top storage and keeping all my embellishments in there, I could actually thumb through all of the thickers and my embellishments relatively easy, and they were right there in plain sight, and easy to see. And then once they got to a point where they were broken down, or I had sheets that I needed to divide, I would then cut these up and I would put them in my photo containers and organize them by color. So hopefully that's starting to kind of make sense. I would keep them together for as long as, you know, I wanted or I was ready to, and then once I felt like I was ready to break it down, they go into the photo containers. Again, really great system. I still use that cart for my thickers and my 6x6 pads, but all my loose embellishments, my ephemera and stuff like that, I have a different system for, so I will share that with you. Now, your Rascog cart, your 3-tier cart, Rascog Raskog, excuse me, is the IKEA brand, but Michaels has these, Target has them. I'm sure Joann's and Hobby Lobby also have their own version. It's the 3-tier cart on wheels. Before I had my Michaels white drawer cart that I currently have, I used my 3-tiered Raskog cart to store all my embellishments. So I actually had, and I have a photo, I think I'll post it up in the video here. I had all my photo containers on the bottom 2 tiers, and then on my top tier, I had this container, which is just a basic file, a desktop file system. So this sat in the top of my cart, and what I did was I took all my thickers, all my alphas, all my tall embellishment stickers, and I put them in the top of my Raskog. They stood vertically, they were easy to thumb through to see what I had, and they wouldn't, they wouldn't get damaged, or I wouldn't forget about them because they were in plain view. That system worked out really, really well for me. I just outgrew it. So the Michaels cart actually has a little bit more space, but these desktop file systems, even if you don't have a 3-tier cart, if you have a place where you can set up these desktop file systems, they're perfect for your sheets, your embellishment sheets. But I know a lot of my friends scrapbook with, like, close to my heart, which are the square embellishment packs. Those fit beautifully side by side in this as well. So this is a really, really universal system, a very good one, a very inexpensive one. You can find desktop organizers like this on Amazon, but also like TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Tuesday Morning, any sort of place like that has some like decor type office supplies and desktop organizers there. It's a really great system. I love it very much. Again, like I said, I've adopted it with my cart. I just outgrew this one. So this is also the same kind of system I use for my kits, and I show that in my paper organization video. So these desktop organizers are so versatile. So this is another really great one. So another good option for your embellishments. And again, you can organize them in any fashion you like. And you can label the fronts if you need to, because I get new bags. You can label the fronts so you know who the maker is if that's important to you. Just a really great system. Okay, so next on the list is pantry and fridge organizers. So these clear organizers you can get, oh gosh, so many different places. Walmart, Amazon, Dollar General, TJ Maxx. I've seen them everywhere, ranging from $5 to like $12 depending on the size. So these are really great. This one is, I think, a 7 by I think this one's 7 by 15 inches or something along those lines. So I have my thickers and embellishments laying sideways here, as you can see, and you can thumb through them. Very easy. They sit nicely on a shelf. They're clear, so you can see through them. You can also, depending on, what kind of space you have, you can also turn them up vertically. I don't have enough in here, but if you have a lot, this will hold a lot of embellishments, and you can stand them up vertically, and again, you can kind of thumb through and see what you have for thickers and embellishments. This is a wonderful system. I really like these. I actually use these for my stamps currently, but I have used them for my close to my heart embellishments. They fit perfectly in these containers. It's the perfect size, perfect height. So those of you who have those big square packages of embellishments, this might be a system that works for you as long as you have the space. So the only downfall to this is that it's not, you can travel with this, but it's not the most travel friendly, right? It's exposed, it's not cased in, excuse me, can't talk. So it'd be more like a grab and go kind of system here, but you know, if you're okay with that, that's great. I mean, I have my thickers in a similar, my thickers and my tall sticker sheets in that Michael's cart, which is a grab and go scenario. Not everything I have organized so that I can just take the container they're in and go. But I do what I can if that's possible, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. So that actually leads me into my next organization item I'll show you. So when you do have your thickers and your embellishments in a container like this, and you are a traveling scrapper, I actually got these wonderful 31 bags. I think they're discontinued now, but you know, eBay and friends are a great resource. It is I think it's about 12 inches long, well, a little under 12 inches long, and about 5.5 inches wide. It's a Velcro enclosure. It is the perfect container for embellishments. On the go, or at home if you want to store them in there. If I can get these to cooperate with me. So these, I just love these. So when I go to a crop, I actually take all my thickers that I want and my embellishments that aren't in a different kind of container, and I file them right in here in this, and I put it closed and I tuck it away in my bag and I am off. So this is a really great bag. It fits a lot in there. Another option for you, depending on what kind of embellishments you have and what kind of space you have. But these are really great, fairly inexpensive, maybe $20 when I bought them. I have two. We had a 31 consultant hunt down some of these when I'm pretty sure they're discontinued now, but maybe they have something new or similar, or maybe there's another company that makes something similar. Again, it's just something, sometimes you have to look at containers that are intended for another purpose and see if they might make sense for your crafting organization or storage. So, and this is one of those cases. Again, it fits stickers perfectly, and all the other size embellishments. So again, a system I really, really, really enjoy. And it's my go-to for when I go to crops. All right. So then we have another fridge type organizer. This is a smaller one. So I wouldn't recommend this for like a high volume, like if you have a ton of embellishments. But I use this for kind of special embellishments or ones that I need to organize or I want to look at, or this container's kind of more like a catch-all, but I also can put stuff here that it will sit on my desk and remind me to use it. I think this costs like $5 or $6. It's got 3 different levels of storage. It sits embellishments up nicely, but it is on the narrower side. So for your wider embellishment packs, it wouldn't fit so well. And again, fridge organizers are a really great option. So definitely check those out. So I just wanted to share that with you. Really cute storage container. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to show you all my current system for all my loose embellishments, my ephemera, and everything that is no longer in a package, essentially. So, oh, actually, yeah, let me just show you one more item before I move on to that. I just remembered that I'm pretty sure you guys saw these in another video. But these were this was my old system. I do something similar, but I don't use these so much anymore. These are clear drawer trays. They are made by a company called Darcy. I picked them up at Joann's. They're different divider pockets. I actually use this in my Michael's drawer, 5-drawer. It's like an Alex drawer unit from IKEA, but 5-drawer unit. I actually put these, or I would put these in the drawer, and then each little pocket would hold a different loose embellishment. And it will make more sense when I show you my new system. But I really love having my embellishments out and available to me. So this is where I like kind of like cross lines, right? I have my little photo containers that have embellishments by color, and they're easy to take and travel with me. And then I have my loose embellishments that are in drawers in something like this that is not easy to travel with me. But when I go to a crop, I really plan out what I'm going to scrapbook, and so I don't typically need all of these embellishments. So I am okay with keeping them in a drawer unit. Now you may or may not be, but it works for me. It's a system that works for me, and I love having, I shouldn't say loved, I still do it, but just a little slightly differently. I love having my embellishments open and available in a drawer. And I really like the Alex drawer units, or the Michael's drawer units. I'll post a picture of it right here, of my drawers all laid out, but it's really nice. It's right here, it's on wheels. I wheel it out, and I can thumb through my embellishments at any given moment. It's really pretty to look at, which to me is important. So these clear containers, I think they were like $4.99 each at Joann's or something along those lines. So if you have a drawer system to put something like this on or in, I highly recommend it. It works really, really well. So that being said, let me show you what I currently do. I'm going to start with my kits. So I get Hip Kit subscription every month, which comes with a lot of wonderful goodies, as you can see here in this container right here. This is the June kit. I have yet to even open, but it comes with, chipboard stickers and enamel stickers, Project Life. Often it comes with, there's some loose ephemera in here, all different kinds of embellishments and paper and so on and so forth. So for the time being, I keep all my kits in a container like this until I'm ready to actually use it. So then when I'm ready to use it, and I've showed you guys this in my paper organization video as well, but when I'm ready to use it, I actually put it on my desk in a file system like this. Like right now I have the August kit in here. And then I keep all the embellishments out, which I have some of those actually somewhere else, but I keep all the embellishments out and in this tray, and I use that kit until I've exhausted it. And then once I've exhausted it from here, it goes into my other filing systems, which I'm currently walking you through. So, but when they're brand new and I haven't opened them, they go here. And then when I'm ready to use them, they go into my clear desktop. So still in these packages. So then what happens when I'm done with the packages, or if I go shopping and I find embellishments that are not part of a kit, because we all do that. I'm sure you guys have seen a few of my haul videos. We all go out shop, we buy little bits and pieces here and there. Like how do you store that stuff? So I will show you how I store it. So I get packages, different various packages of embellishments, and so if they're thickers, such as this, I will actually repackage them once I've opened them. If I haven't opened them, I leave them like this for now. But I actually repackage them because putting them in back and forth, taking them in and out, I should say, of these plastic sleeves that they come in originally is a royal pain in the butt. I'm sure you guys can agree with me. It's so difficult. So instead of fighting with these packages after I've opened up these, thickers, I got on Amazon, I believe, these 6x12 sleeves, and as you can see here, they slide in and out beautifully. So what I do is I take the label off of the thicker sheet and I attach it to here, so I still know the maker and the brand, I guess, or the name of it, and then I file these just as like I would in my thickers in general, but now they're super easy to haul in and out. So there's that. So for those, and for the thickers and stuff, I keep them in my Michael's cart, and the tall, let me show you what I mean. And these tall, like, sticker sheets, because you can't, these are chipwood stickers and you can't really break them down any more than this, unless these ones do have a backer, but even still, I wouldn't find it helpful to break these down into smaller packages. So I literally just put them in these 6x12 sleeves, and I just file them in with my thickers and thumb through them. Same with big sticker sheets like this. Same exact thing. I keep them that because it's just, you can't, there's no real easy way. I mean, you could cut up this whole sheet, but I find it's just easier to leave them like this. So for my tall sticker sheets, I file them vertically in on top of my Michael's cart, like this in these sleeves. So that's how those stay. For my loose ephemera, the packages of ephemera that come in my kits. Let me see if I can find a sample in the kit that I grabbed. Oh, here we go. All right, so when you buy them, they come like this, in these little plastic sleeves with the cardboard label. And so when you're ready to, after you open them, okay, what do? So you can use the photo cases that I showed you, but for me, I don't do that for my ephemera any longer until I'm basically done with it. So this is Vicki Boutin. I love her stuff, and I definitely reach for her a lot. So I want to keep these available. I don't want to divide them out by color yet. So I want to keep them together as the collection and the maker. So what I actually do is I got these jewelry bags, just a Ziploc bag basically, and I'm not really sure the size of it, to be quite honest with you. I think it's something like well, let me tell you. I got my little measure. This is about a 4x6 size bag. Somewhere around there. Oh, perfect. Which generally fits most sizes of the loose ephemera. So after I've opened a package like this, you really can't put them back in. So I needed to find a different system. So I get these bags, and as you can see here, I put them in here. Now, I usually try and save the labels. So for this one, I haven't cut it up yet, but this is Pretty Little Studios Indian Summer. And so what I'll do is I'll trim this up just slightly so it fits there and nice and easy so I can still remember who the maker is. So once they go from here, they go into the plastic bags, still as part of the collection. And then, okay, awesome. Where do they go from there, Jess? So my kits I'm using, like this is part of a hip kit, the August hip kit that I have on my desk right now. So this will go on my desktop container. But for the ones that say I bought while I was out on a shopping spree, I don't have a kit that they necessarily go with. So what I do with these is I actually purchased the drawer system from Michaels. It's a 9-drawer system. And here I'll put the picture up here. That has, so it's a 9, it's not a 9-drawer system, let me rephrase that. It's 9 cubbies, 3 drawers. I bought 2 of those from Michaels when they were having a sale. And what I've done is I actually bag up all my different ephemera with the maker of, and I sort them by the maker, I should say. So they got their collection tag in there, and they fit nice and neat right in these little cubbies. This is my Jen Hatfield, my Cocoa Vanilla. These are actually some Hobby Lobby florals that I purchased. And what's great about these drawers is that these dividers come out. So if you need to make one side bigger because you have some bigger pieces, you can. But I love, as you guys know, I'm very passionate about labeling. So I actually can label each front of the drawer with the maker of the embellishments. And so these all fit so nice and neatly in these drawers. I know, you know, I'm looking for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I can go in here and I can easily see the ephemera pack that I want to use depending on what I'm scrapping that day. And it's right on my desk, available, easy to grab. I really love this system for my ephemera pack because I was struggling with this stuff. I was struggling with these packages, trying to find a good system that after I open it, like what do I do? How do I keep them together? So again, the photo cases are another great option, but I use that for different, you know, for colors. So for collections, I really like this bag system and drawer system for me so far. So this is like my favorite to date. It's working out really well. It's right on my desktop. And if, you know, different makers or manufacturers are important to you, this is a really great system. I'll show you another sample. Now this is my middle drawer, and I actually don't have any of these in a bag right now, as you can tell. I have these in a little container because this is a really whole mixed bag of pink paisley items that I just haven't put into a bag, but this is a little container that fits beautifully inside this drawer, so I can actually just take this out if I want, put it on my desk, and use it for random, you know, when I find the right piece that fits. So you can also do that. And then I have some Creative Memories embellishment packs here, and then some DIYs that I've made. Again, they don't get mixed up because they're all in these little baggies and they're easy to get to, and I just love this so much. I'm so pleased with this system right now. And as you can tell, the drawers aren't that wide. I think they're like, I keep forgetting I have my mat right here. I can give you guys dimensions. So it's like 6.5 inches deep. So if you don't have a wide desk, you know, a deep desk, this doesn't really take up much room. So I have one on either side of my kit in the middle. I have one on either side, and so I'm looking at them all the time, and I just love this system so much. And I actually have moved my Project Life cards to these drawer systems as well. So the other side, I keep all my project life cards. I haven't got them quite organized yet in the way I want, but I took out one of those middle drawers here, and so all my 4x6s fit in here, and all my 3x4s are here. So they're accessible, they're easy to flip through, and they're contained. So again, I love these little 9 cube storage units from Michaels. My favorite buy right now. All right, so now we've covered the loose ephemera packs after they're open. I hope you guys find that helpful. Now again, if you don't, so again, these bags are so inexpensive. So if you don't want to purchase the photo boxes like I showed you earlier on in the video, you can also use these bags to sort by color or theme. Like, these are so inexpensive. I think I got like a pack of 100 for like $5. So it, you know, and you can put them in a shoe box or a photo box if you want. Like, there's lots of different ways you can get creative if you don't have a lot of money or space, and still make it work for you. So don't underestimate the power of a baggie. I guess is my message to you. So just covered my thickers, my chipboard sticker sheets, and my loose ephemera. So now I'm going to show you my other methods, which are, you know, my drawers that I talked about a little bit earlier. So isn't this so pretty to look at? Can you guys see? I love looking at this. So these are all my embellishments that are dimensional, or they're flare badges and buttons, paper clips, just some random bits and pieces that I like to keep out and accessible. And so I found, excuse me, keeping them in a drawer really worked for me in regards to these types of embellishments, the little bows and flare badges. And so before, I used those clear plastic drawers that I showed you earlier from Joann's in these drawers. So since then, I have actually upgraded to these little cups. Oops, they're both falling on. These little cups that you can get at Michael's. You get a pack of 3, and I can't recall how much they were, but they're always on sale. So I have these little square ones, and then I have these longer pencil length containers. And so the reason I moved from the plastic liners to this, was actually for the very reason that I can actually just take one of these out and set it on my desk. And I don't have to keep opening and closing the drawer. If I know I want some flare badges, you know, I can just take out this whole little container and done on my desk. I just like the portability of it. So, and I find this works really well for me. And these are all items that for me, I kind of forget that I have. So when I'm scrapping and I'm trying to look for that perfect embellishment, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this super cute floral, you know, paper clip that would work perfect on this layout, but it's not something that I would naturally seek out, if that makes any sense. Same with like flare badges and brads. Like I sometimes forget they exist. And they're the perfect embellishment that adds dimension. So having them exposed in a drawer really helps me use them. And as you can see, there's not a so in this type of organization, what I've done is I've actually sorted it by type of embellishment. So again, these are all like clips and like paper clips and clothespin style clips. I have brads and flare badges. I have bows with the, you know, and I have these different kinds of bows here. These are just some random dimensional pieces. Some Halloween flare badges and other colors, and then some flags. So just the organization kind of worked for me, what made sense to go together, and I just like the accessibility of it, and it's just really pretty to look at. So if you have a drawer or a space to be able to do this, or if you want to get one of these Michaels drawers, I really suggest maybe trying out this system because it works well. It's very easy. So the other thing I have a lot of, my other drawer, is wood veneer. So I did the same thing. As you can see, these cups come in different colors. So I have some teal ones here too. But I took and I made a wood veneer drawer only because I have a lot of it. And I really, again, I love the system. I love to look at it. I love that I can just thumb through it. It's, organized in a sense that in a way that makes sense to me, that I find it accessible. And yeah, it's a system that's working out really, really well for me. So give it a whirl. Again, I love that these cups are portable and I can just take them out, put them back. So easy. All right, and last but not least, like every other scrapper, I have a junk drawer. So this is my junk drawer. So these are all, I have filing systems for all of this stuff, but these are items that I just, for some reason or another, I honestly don't have a very good explanation as to why, but I've just been keeping them in this drawer and I use them a lot. Like this loose ephemera, like I could easily, sort this out and put it in my drawer systems, but I haven't because it's working well for me in this drawer here, in this little container, and I pick through it. So I've just kept them there. These are a bunch of enamel dot sticker sheets, buttons that I've been using and chipping away at. And again, they're accessible. And they're kind of on the smaller side, so I didn't want to put them in my Michaels cart because I feel like I wouldn't see them and they would get lost. So I literally just have a little container that they just lay in, and I grab these all the time, as you can tell. Like there's just partial sheets in here just because I go in and I find the right color. So these are kind of where all my enamel dots live, I guess. It's their resting place. And then this container right here is kind of a Mod Podge or a mixed bag of everything. So I have all my doilies just kind of laying in here, and then it's just random packs that, goodness, excuse me, random packs that I could file elsewhere, but again, they're partially open, so I've just decided to keep them in here. And when I want something, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for, I go to this drawer first because it just has quite a variety of just randomness that I kind of want to use up. So this is kind of, I guess maybe instead of calling it a junk drawer, it's kind of like my use it or lose it drawer, but I never actually get rid of it. They just stays here. That makes sense. It probably doesn't. It's kind of late, guys, so I'm probably not making any sense right now, but it's my catch-all drawer of stuff that I grab pretty regularly. And then of course I have some random things in here. I have some sequence bags and my fuse tool and a couple other things that probably could be filed or should be filed somewhere else, but I tossed them in my junk drawer. So yeah, so this is the one last embellishment drawer that I have. So I think everybody should have a junk drawer, personally, because you get something and you don't want to deal with it right then and there. You can also toss it in here too. but then forewarn you that it may never make it out of that drawer either. If you plan on organizing it and you toss it into your junk drawer or your use it or lose it drawer, it may never go anywhere else. And that's okay. I don't know how many times I've tapped into this drawer and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had these. Perfect for that layout. And I'll grab it and I'll use it. So this is my last visual for embellishment organizing. So the last, that's kind of all I have for recommendations or suggestions for your storage. Again, it really all comes down to the space you have, your budget, what kind of scrapper you are, and then go from there. I hope some of these storage items have been helpful for you. And then when it comes to actually organizing them, as you can see, I do some by color, and then I do some by manufacturer, and I do some by the type of embellishment they are. So I have quite a vast variety of how I organize things. It all depends on what the embellishment is. So, and again, this just works for me. It may not work for you. But maybe I'm hoping something in this video did spark an idea or give you a helpful tip to help to organize your embellishments. What's most important is that it does work for you. So I hope you found this helpful, and yeah, have fun finding your new system and organizing your embellishments. I find organizing super fun. I do it constantly, always changing and improving, I think. But if you have any questions, please certainly leave it below in the comment section, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. But until next time, happy organizing. Bye.